a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
Truly a trilogy no one talks about. Is this Rick Moranis' legacy for real? Okay, I've seen the trailer for this movie a million times, so I'm kind of excited to finally cross this off the list. We press play. We start with the words Rick Moranis in giant letters, and we go back to the elaborate electronic mad scientist mailbox contraption gag. In the kitchen, Mom is on the phone talking about a trip they're going to take, and they all need a vacation. I don't think this is the same mom as the first two, but I could be wrong. But what I'm not wrong about is that I'm too lazy to look it up. The son says they're out of peanut butter, and Mom tells him to go tell Dad. Dad is outside on the phone talking to the people from the Smithsonian. They want to display his shrink machine beside a gramophone, which, he explains, is like an early record player. What's that? An early CD player. And 20 years later or whatever, they could keep that joke going another 3 evolutions as music became digital. The son Adam doesn't want to go to science camp. He wants to go to baseball camp, but his dad isn't having any of it. There's a tiki man in the living room, and Mom wants it out of the house. She says it belongs on a mini golf course, and that actually was pretty funny, that landed. The kid is packing his lunch. This is the baby from 2. That's all grown up now. This is Adam. He's like a preteen now. The aunt shows up. Okay, Aunt Patty and Mom are going on a trip by themselves, leaving the kids with the dads, but nothing is going to go wrong. Oh, Spade, why did you leave Farley in charge of the bees? That's this moment right now. At work, Wayne gives a speech and it totally bombs, but his brother claps and pumps his tires. We meet this character. We see another contraption that translates a dog's barks into English. This has got to be the 4th Disney movie I've watched that had this idea. The moms are leaving and giving a speech to the kids. Watch out for those bumbling dads, am I right? The aunt left her 2 teenage kids, Jenny and her younger brother Mitch, with Rick's kid, Adam, at the scientist's house. They keep talking about this tiki thing, so I assume that's going to be important later on. The dads give the kids $10 to go to the store, but it's just to get rid of them. The 2 dads are now moving the giant tiki thing up to the science room or to the attic. Oh, I see what's going to happen. They're going to shrink it, and nothing will go wrong. The moms are listening to their Neil Diamond cassette in the car, just mumming it up, but the aunt forgot to leave her son's medication, so they gotta do a U-turn and head home to drop it off. Wayne powers up the machine and shrinks the tiki so he can make it into a keychain. They're on their hands and knees trying to find the tiki, and a croquet ball falls from the shelf and it fires the ray at them, shrinking the dads. The moms come home, the kids are gone, they're still at the store, the tiki's gone. So, there's a fun cereal product placement that's not subtle at all. They hear the shrink ray upstairs, so they run up to the attic giggling about, I wonder what the boys do as soon as we leave. You don't. You really don't. They walk into the room, they stand in the square as the shrinking machine fires up and another croquet ball lands on the button in perfect timing. We shrink the gals, we got ourselves a movie. The 4 tiny adults argue. They climb a wicker chair to get to the window. The kids come back with a bunch of groceries, wearing rollerblades, that's fun. The kids can't find the dads, so they hit play on the answering machine and they hear an old message about the guys being gone, so they think the dads are gone now too and there's no adults, time to party. The tiny adults use a fishing line to rappel to the ground outside the window. We get the famous shot of them getting into the Hot Wheels car and using the track. And I feel like this whole movie was written and produced around this one spot and idea. I'll admit though, it paid off. It was a really fun scene. They land in the laundry basket though and we get a fabric softener joke. A laundry alarm goes off for some reason in the middle of all their party chaos. The son decides he has to go get the laundry because of the buzzer. The boys pull out a secret magazine and Adam says his dad would kill him if he knew he had this. They all assume it's porn, but it turns out to be a Sports Illustrated. Why is he off to a Sports Illustrated magazine? Oh, he's not. He wants to play baseball. And his dad won't let him, so he has to hide the Sports. Okay, I get it. The older girl, Jenny, is now throwing a party, and all her gal pals come over. The little grown-ups find, quote, roach turds. That's their term. And a roach chases them. They hide in the roach catcher. I wasn't prepared for how actually gross this is. The mom gets her foot stuck in the trap, and the roach is biting her leg. Oh! But Rick saves the day, and he's a hero. Hey, that's a young 70s show girl actress. I should know her name. Mila. The boy cousin has a condition and he forgot to take his medication that the mom brought back, so he's running low on energy. The mini mums jump through a bubble maker and float downstairs to find his medication because they're running out of time. Then the dads do it too. Again, if I was a kid, I would think this is really cool. The dad's bubble pops and they land in the chip dip, and we get the girls dipping chips perspective, which is really fun and creative. There's a dare for them to call some boys, and they accidentally let it slip that they're having a party and there's no adults. So the boys come over and join the party. The older boys start to bully the younger boys. The mums help Daddy Longlegs escape from a web, which is confusing, but whatever. Jenny and a bully boy slow dance. He invites her into the kitchen for some privacy, and he just kisses her. And she gives him a message and like a lecture about consent on a 1997 VHS tape. That's great. She storms off, and the mini mums watching her cheer. Cousin Mitch is fading. He needs his pills. They're on the ground, and he sees the mini moms, and he faints. Jenny and Adam try feeding him bananas because he needs potassium. And just like that, Mitch is good. He snaps out of it. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the girl from the old Shreddies commercial as well. All-star cast. At the party, the boys start trashing the place. Oh, those boys. The dad get this like megaphone speaker system going, and they create this booming voice that claims he's God, and he tells the boys to leave. The kids see the tiny parents, and the parents come clean. We shrunk ourselves. And they make a plan. They round up all the little adults and get them to the rebigulator upstairs. The kids have a moment of doubt where maybe they don't want to fix the adults and keep them small and keep them in a gerbil cage, but then they don't, and they de-shrink their parents. Everyone makes up, and Adam now gets to go to baseball camp, and now the wife realizes not to sweat the small things, and Wayne can keep his tiki man. We end when they drive back home, and they see the tiki man's in the backyard, and it's like 10 stories tall now. Mwah, mwah, fade to black. Mila Kunis was Jill. This must have only been like a year or two before that 70s show. Okay, let's Google the mom to end this. Marcia Strassman, who portrayed Diane in the first two films, died in 2014, and Eve Gordon, who replaced Strassman in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, was not asked to come back again as Diane. So Diane has been written out of the script as of having passed away, leaving Wayne Rick Moranis widowed. This would imply they made or are making more of these movies. Interesting. I wonder if they go to 10 and they make it to space like Jason did, or Leprechaun did in 4.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance that he has. Thank you.